Hello everyone. First of all, starting with my own experience in life and even before life, memory goes back to many lives lived already and experienced, and the nature of who I am today is based on those past lives. And I would like to suggest to you that by listening to these videos, I'm able to bring to you the nature of my experience as a mystic, an experiential nature that involves deep meditation, deep breathing exercises, memory that goes back even before this lifetime. And throughout the videos I'd like to present to you is one that will hopefully help you to discern and come into integration, become synergistic to your own specific journey as your own nature within your soul essence wishes to be expressed, however that might be manifested in your life. Currently, I'm looking forward to speaking about my own process, my own experience, the many experiences that one would question and have thoughts about in one's life process, to creative intelligence, depth awareness, and that the journey is ongoing and everlasting. But we're here now and wanting to address and help you to address certain questions, your path, and the path that you have chosen, whatever tradition you have chosen, doesn't matter. Because one thing that will save all traditions is the mystical tradition itself. Because of the mystic value of consciousness, one fits all, if you will. And that I, as a Christian Vedantist, experience the many depths of my own being, the consciousness within, reveal the nature of my own essence. That when one lies quietly in deep meditation, the little self melts away, gradually melts away. But even in deep rest, there comes a place to an awakening that you receive the inner knowledge of the true nature of self, the true nature of being, the true nature of consciousness, which is essential in how one recognizes the journey. So that being said, once again, you come into meditation to unblock the stress of the night. Just because you slept well doesn't mean that you slept without stress. You're always going to be stressful unless you have a depth of an awareness, that dreamless state of awakening that you can carry over into the physical world, into your physical life, and see this as a continued, ongoing physical reality, as a dream, as an illusion, as a playground to your own consciousness, your own creation. Once again, create from a place of absolute knowledge, absolute knowing. And so it is through the process of knowing that you become aware of your own teacher within. I would like to help you and visit this wonderful placement of consciousness that says, let us tap into that hidden knowledge and speak about the nature of one's process. Speak about the nature of essence, the true self, the deepest value as to why I'm here to teach. And that is to help you integrate, come into synergy, come into merge this value of coherence, which is the most important thing. And so, in concluding, I would like to speak about my own personal journey, and out of that discussion, you might be able to see and hear that might resonate with your own mystical light. I have lots to say about it and lots to talk about my own journey, beginning from the first state of Samadhi, that consciousness that prior to awakening to this lifetime, I was awakened to the state of Samadhi by a simple call from God consciousness itself. And the call went out that I began to listen to. And that meant I was coming out of Samadhi. And I heard someone out of the blue, another spirit, somewhere out of the blue. Obviously a deva or perhaps an angelic guide. And so I heard, he needs a volunteer. And that got my attention. Obviously someone knew that I was coming gradually out of Samadhi, that state of concentrated consciousness that says, okay, yes, he's getting ready to come out. We know this. So they said, okay, let's get his attention. He, meaning God, needs a volunteer to come into this terrestrial world. That really perked my interest. Like, hey, who's he? Yeah, who? Wow. Then I realized, oh, yeah, he. Oh, sure, no problem. And then all gathered. And it's interesting that those who gathered were brown people. Of course, they're in spirit, but I knew they were brown people because I was brown Indian. I was Hindu in my previous life, many, many times over. That being said, I was also in India as a Caucasian. So interesting that there's a connection to what I'm doing today, because as a Caucasian, in one lifetime, which I remember, and I have documentation and proof as to who I was. As a Caucasian in India, I was in Goa. My soul is in Goa. I know where in Goa, but I'll leave that for now. But being a Brahmin, I was also connected with Yogananda. Yogananda ji, who I met once again in this lifetime, but cannot tell you who he is or where he is. Confidentiality. So there is an impeccability to a trust there. Nevertheless, many lifetimes here in India, where I've spent thousands of lifetimes in India, and now that I'm in the West, I can remember certain aspects of being in the West, but not so much clarity. But when the clarity does come in meditation, I know where I've been and who I was. My last lifetime before being in India was also being in the Civil War. And I know where that particular incarnation, that particular being, who is also buried here in the States, in Wisconsin. So in other words, there are aspects of consciousness in the physical manifestation of your karmic or dharmic journey that speaks to each of us individually as we process. And we continue to look upon the window that is an opportunity to realize that no matter what comes, rain or shine, dark politics, dark financial dealings, blah, blah, blah. But we have a responsibility to bless the darkness. But as you come to your own light, you become more full. And as you become more full in that clarity of consciousness, there is the blessing that you can give to your world. You can bless in your prayer. In a blink of an eye, that prayer is done. That person, whether he's a minute away or 10,000 miles away, will get it instantly and to be blessed by you. So there is a process that we have to at least be willing to recognize that you are essence. We are at our perfect place to be, the perfect time to express, so that we can merge together in this unified field of consciousness. And how do we recognize it? So, in closing, I'd like to offer you the availability to be present for you in videos that will come down the line, but there's so much to talk about. I'm just going to gradually come into the videos, gradually come into walking and pacing the experience so that you can get a fullness of what is being said. I don't want to overwhelm you or offer you something that is not valid for you. If it's not valid for you, you don't have to listen. But that's the opportunity here about the availability. So I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful journey, a blessed practice. Each day, meditate, go deep. Come to merge into your own state of knowing, in your own process of knowing, so that you can become more aware of what is already known. God bless you, and peace and all good. Shanti Prem, Shanti Prem, Shanti Prem. Bye-bye for now.